Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the first time I'm actually doing something like this, as in this is what my channel is also going to be about. It's not only just going to be about excuse me, I got a cough as well. It's a bit cold right now, so yeah, weather's changing. But anyways, my YouTube channel is not only just going to be about working out. It's also going to be about talking about self, and also how to improve your mental capacity as well, and also how to improve the God from within, because as you know, ye are all gods, like it says in the Bible, we are all gods. So the way I try to help other people out, even though I'm still learning myself, you can never stop learning, but I'm still trying to help other people out from what I know, to actually to help people out from what I know, and then other people can implement what I know into their lives as well. People that basically start kind of sticks and whatnot. But this is another way to also help other people out with their mindset, because it's not only about physical strength, but the most important strength is your mental strength as well. That's the most important strength, because without the mental strength, you won't be able to incorporate your physical strength. They both work in balance, but the mental strength comes through first. So yeah, I'm just gonna read, because right now I'm not really the best at speaking. Right now I'm still practicing, and if you want to do something, you always got to at least start somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So I just thought you know what, I'm just gonna do this now, you know what I'm saying? I've always been contemplating it. I've always got lots of notes, which some people do have, but I do write lots of notes about God and also about self, because self is God, like I said. So I'm just gonna read what I wrote, and then I will try to explain more, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so as you can see in the title, this title is about interaction with God. And this is basically some people's first finding of God. Like, if you're actually seeking God, and God actually starts listening to you and starts listening to your call to Him. These are the first steps that will probably happen in your life. So the interaction with God, this is called the interaction with God. So it's a short one. I don't want to keep this for too long, but it is a short one. So the first line says, God doesn't interact with you. He watches you reveal to yourself the power He has put in you. So before we were ever created or conceived, God has always had a visualization of how we are going to be in His mind. And I'm trying to say, because I feel I know God's a human, or God's a supreme being, because we are all beings. So God's the supreme being. He's the one that created everything. So He's not only just a being, a human being, He's also an aspect of other things like the sun, the moon, the stars, the earth, the grass, the animals, literally every single living thing. God is literally the aspect of all. So what I meant by God doesn't interact with you, He watches you reveal to yourself the power He has put in you, is that everyone has special powers. God, for example, some people are good at music, some people are good at sports, some people are good at drawing, some people are good at preaching, people got different powers. I could say these are powers that God has put in us. So God doesn't interrupt you, He watches you reveal to yourself the power He has put in you. So you have to reveal to yourself. He doesn't need to help you out. You have to reveal to yourself. You have to actually do something to actually be okay, I never knew I could do this. For example, the consciousness always knows before you know. So some things just sparks. When something just sparks, when something just clicks, like a light bulb. When you have the light bulb, you have something just clicks like a light bulb. It's okay, let me just try this. And then once you try it, then you see that you're actually good at it. For example, before I started working out, I never really knew I could work out. People always said, "Oh, you're sten," but I wasn't really working out because I never really had the desire to work out. But once I started working out, I started seeing that I was actually made for this. Like, this was one of my powers that God put in me, to actually be able to endeavor in pain, because working out is pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to go through pain to seek rewards in life. This is what working out actually shows in my life. Like, actually, because from working out, like, I started seeing different things. I started viewing different things differently. You know what I'm saying? Because working out, especially when you put the work in every day and consistently, you will get the results. You know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah. So God doesn't interact with you. He just leaves you alone, and then you got to put the powers to yourself, because as he said, ye are gods. You are God as well. You can have a thought in your head and bring it out into reality. So yeah, so that's the first line. And the second line says, once he realizes what you have revealed to yourself, the interaction through manifestation begins. So what I mean by this is once you reveal your powers to yourself, then God will always realize. He will always know, or she will always know. I don't like saying like God's just a man, because I feel like it could be a man and a woman, because there's feminine and masculine energy that runs this world, that runs the universe, that we're all feminine, we're all masculine, got women and men. It's not only men. So God is also a woman as well. So once he or she realizes what you have revealed to yourself, their interaction through manifestation begins. So when I mean manifestation, is meaning when you actually start acting on your goals, acting on what you've actually discovered, what you've actually discovered in yourself. You know what I'm saying? So the manifestation is actually the work that you're putting in. It's not just like, okay, cool, I know I can do this. Like, some people just think and never do. You know what I'm saying? Just think, just never do. You have to do. You can't just think. Like, what's the point of thinking and dreaming without putting action? You know what I'm saying? Whatever you learn, there's a saying that whatever you've learned and you don't put the action from what you learn, it's like a waste of time. It's like you're wasting time. Time is currency. Time is literally literally the only thing we have. You know what I'm saying? So every single second, every single minute is ticking. You know what I'm saying? So you have to use your time wisely. So so that's through manifestation. So the interaction through manifestation begins. So that's when God actually starts interacting with you, because he's helping you out now, because he knows, like, okay, cool, he or she has found this. Now it's my time to intervene and start working with them and start helping them, because God is so righteous. He will just never leave you alone and be like, okay, cool, he's realized the powers, and I'm just gonna let him, because you need help. We all need help. He sees us as like his child. We all need help in life. You know what I'm saying? So he's like or she's like a parent to us. You know what I'm saying? So he or she will always help us out. And I'm talking about self as well. I'm not talking about a God in the sky, because God is not in the sky. God's in here. God's in self. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the voice in your head that speaks. Because it's crazy how you have a voice in the head that speaks and no one actually really deeps it. Like, you can do anything in your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you meditate, deep breaths, you can actually see God. You know what I'm saying? The darkness, it's like you're in space. You can see the sparkles of light. It's like you're in space. You are made of the universe. You know what I'm saying? But these are other topics I'm going to dive into in other videos, like I said. So yeah, so I said, once he realizes or she realizes what you have revealed to yourself, the interaction through manifestation begins. And the third line says, God doesn't interact with you, you interact with God. I'm repeating it again, so that you actually know, like, God's not really interacting with you. Even though I said he is, but you're actually interacting with God. You know what I'm trying to say? Because there's a connection. You interacting with, but he has to respond. So you're interacting, like, you're calling someone, you're interacting with someone. You have to make that first move. Because some people don't want to make that first move to call someone. You know what I'm trying to say? especially someone that they're having a hard time to speak to. You know what I'm saying? But some people do have a hard time to speak to God. They don't know how to connect with God. But once you do, it's like a whole new revolution. You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like you're calling God up. You're calling him up, or you're calling her up. So I repeat that same line again. So I said God doesn't interact with you. You interact with God. So you're interacting with God, because you got to understand He's the supreme being. He doesn't really need anything. You need Him more than He needs you. Even though He needs you, but He's got other children. You know what I'm saying? He's got other children. You know what I'm saying? So, and I said this is why prayer and fasting is important, so you can be fully aware of who you truly are. So, from my point of view, and how I actually got closer to God was through fasting and prayer, especially through healthy eating and through working out. These physical attributes, because fasting is a physical attribute. You're actually depriving the body of nutrients. You're depriving the body of food. Like I said, with pain, you have to go through pain first, and through discipline to acquire. I would say to acquire the kingdom of heaven, because the kingdom of heaven is not there. The kingdom of hell is not down there. The kingdom of heaven is up here, and the kingdom of hell is up here. You know what I'm trying to say? So, so fasting literally helped me to actually get in tune with my God self, because my body was empty. I was cleansed. I wasn't eating no food. The only thing that was in me was literally God. It was literally myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the voice, my consciousness, which is God, was coming through from within. You know what I'm trying to say? It was coming through from within. And it was actually telling me things to do, and actually showing me ways, showing me guides. I started seeing different things in life. I started viewing different things just by fasting. But now I said this is why prayer and fasting is important, so you can be fully aware who you truly are. So I never just said fasting. I actually put prayer first, because prayer is also meditating. You know what I'm saying? You have to meditate. You have to pray to God while you're fasting, because your empty vessel, it's like if any of you watch Dragon Ball Z and they go Super Saiyan, they have the yellow, it's like a yellow sage around them. It's like a, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's literally what it is. When you're fasting and you're praying, you have that sage around you. Like no one can really get to you. You know what I'm trying to say? If anyone, it's like people people look at you and know that, okay, cool, this woman or this man is up to something. You know what I'm saying? Just energies that could fill your aura. You know what I'm trying to say? But once you're by yourself with God, God can fill your aura as well, and you can fill God's aura as well. You know what I'm saying? So this is why fasting and prayer is very, very important. It's not only about fasting from not eating food. It's also about fasting from the wrong music. This is the right music. Watching the right things. You know what I'm trying to say? Fasting off all of that. Speaking to the right people. Detoxing off the wrong people. That's also fasting as well. It's not only just food. And yeah, that's literally what it is. I hope I explained that well. This is my I didn't even know I would even do this right now. It's like I said, God works in mysterious ways, because I didn't even know I was gonna do all this. It just happened. So yeah, God works in mysterious ways, and my message is always keep God first. I know people always say it's so cliche, but really and truly, always keep God first, because if you ain't got God, and like you could have the amount of wealth in the world, if you ain't got God, you're not there. You know what I'm saying? Like you just slow down at one point. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, until next video, peace.